How do you determine the correct draw length for Barebow Recurve? Are you curious about how to find the right draw length for your Barebow Recurve? This is a key factor in improving your accuracy and comfort while shooting. Let's break it down step by step. First, let's clarify what draw length means. It is the distance from the nock point on the arrow, where it attaches to the string, to the pivot point of the bow grip. You then add 1 3/4 inches to this measurement. This is known as the Archery Trade Association draw length and is the standard for sizing bows and arrows. To measure your draw length accurately, you can use a measuring arrow or a regular arrow with a marked point. Start by placing a piece of tape on the bow just above the arrow rest. Next, draw a vertical line on that tape directly above the pivot point of the grip. Nock the arrow and draw the bow back to your natural anchor point. This is the spot on your face where your hand or the string consistently touches when fully drawn. At this point, have someone help you measure the distance from the nock groove to the vertical line on the bow. Once you have that measurement, add 1 3/4 inches to find your Archery Trade Association draw length. If you do not have a bow available, you can estimate your draw length by measuring your arm span, which is the distance from fingertip to fingertip. Divide that number by 2.5 to get a rough estimate of your draw length. Now, why is this measurement so important for Barebow Recurve archery? The draw length directly influences the bow's draw weight. A longer draw length increases the draw weight, making the bow harder to pull but potentially more powerful. On the other hand, a shorter draw length reduces the draw weight. Having the correct draw length ensures that the arrow is properly seated on the rest and that the bow limbs are balanced during the draw. This balance is critical for arrow flight and accuracy. In barebow shooting, where you do not use sights, maintaining a consistent draw length is vital. Variations can cause the arrow to hit higher or lower than intended. Overdrawing or underdrawing can change the arrow's trajectory and lead to inconsistent groupings. Proper draw length also helps reduce fatigue and the risk of injury, allowing you to shoot comfortably and efficiently. For those of you who hunt or practice archery with a Barebow Recurve, here are some practical tips. Always measure your draw length accurately and check it periodically, especially if you are growing or changing your shooting style. Use arrows that match your draw length and spine requirements. Arrows that are too short or too flexible can be dangerous and inaccurate. Practice shooting with a consistent anchor point and draw length to develop muscle memory and improve your grouping. If you notice that your arrows consistently hit too high or low, consider adjusting your draw length slightly. Remember, small changes can have a big impact in barebow shooting. Determining the correct draw length for a Barebow Recurve involves measuring from the nock to the bow grip pivot at full draw, adding 1 3/4 inches, and ensuring this length matches your physical dimensions and shooting style. This measurement affects bow performance, arrow flight, and shooting accuracy, which are all vital for effective hunting and target shooting with a Barebow Recurve.